Markovic takes over, weaves his way through, lovely ball, chance for two, a tap in for Lafondra, Sydney double their lead. Touré's onside here, Al-Hassan Touré! All square at Cooper's. Finally, it's here. 5 months after we last gathered in Perth, the A-League is open for business once again. And fittingly, it is the cup holders against the champions to get us started, all at the best little football ground in all of Australia. The Reds, of course, under new leadership, a Dutchman with a fondness for Led Zeppelin, a carpenter who built his own house, a former semi-pro boxer. Little wonder they call Geert-Jan Verbeek Rambo. He may make Marco Kurtz look almost demure. As for Sydney FC, well, they, of course, were the Bravehearts in last year's grand final. But Steve Corica knows going back-to-back is the biggest challenge of all. Only Brisbane have done it in A-League history. But Sydney haven't played a competitive game in 2 months after going out of the cup in the round of 32. We've been hungry, ravenous even for football after 5 long months. Finally, our feast has arrived. Bring it on. Season 15 of the Hyundai A-League. Tonight's team news, starting with Adelaide United, and the Reds had a starting debut to 18-year-old Luis Dorigo in midfield and 19-year-old Al-Hassan Touré in attack after the Guinea-born striker hit 4 goals in the Reds' run to the cup final. Paul Izzo returns in goal after missing the cup semi-final through illness. Ryan Kitto gets the nod at left-back. That means new import signings Michael Maria and Christian Obseth start on the bench. James Troisi is not involved tonight. And there is Al-Hassan Touré. What a few months it's been for the young man. Scored in his cup debut against the Melbourne Knights and hasn't looked back since. Now, Sydney FC's defensive line has a rather unfamiliar look about it. Andrew Redmayne and Ryan Grant, of course, away with the Socceroos. Michael Zullo has a quad injury, so Joel King gets just his second A-League start at left-back. Paolo Retre deputises for Grant on the right. Thomas Hewitt-Bell is between the posts. His first A-League match since appearing for the Mariners against Melbourne Victory in January 2016. Elsewhere, McGowan, Bratton Baum-Johan and Costa Barbarouses, pictured here, make their Sydney debuts. And Barbarouses swapping the navy blue of Victory for the sky blue of Sydney on the back of 15 goals. The big kickoff, and on a perfect night in the city of churches and a perfect pitch to play on, we're ready to go. The new season officially underway, the first of 150 games over 8 months to decide the champions. And these two, Andy Harper, expected to be both in the mix.
Yeah, definitely. Sydney FC, the visitors tonight, certainly in the heavyweight division of the A-League. If there's a dividing line, and I think most people have come to terms with the fact that there is, even though the competition's equalised, but chasing that pack keenly, Adelaide United, and I fancy them to have a very good season.
Chasing the ball here is Al-Hassan Touré, who forces the season's first corner off Alex Wilkinson. Looking sprightly, the teenager down the right, up against the veteran Wilkinson. Came off strain, but not where he wanted it to go. It's Baum-Johan gonna have a go here, forcing Paul Izzo to action for the first time tonight. Had a bit of dip to it. Miliusnic. Gonna be able to get around Retre. Real miss kick by Paolo Retre. He just touched it with the standing foot. It's always embarrassing for a pro footballer. Here we go, whoops.
I meant to do it.
Again, Elsie, Jakobsen, Blackwood, Halloran, all in there towards that near post area. It's the third time they've got in that particular zone, and the third time it's come to nothing.
Promised this one from Dorigo.
Hewitt-Bell showing he's quite comfortable with the ball to feet. Now Barbarouses, it's a good spin to open up the pitch here. It's a young Joel King who tries to hit the back post, and there's a chance here brewing for Sydney. And there is a shout for handball there by Lafondra.
Beautiful ball to the back. Having a look to see if there's any requirement to take that one more seriously. A good moment from Costa Barbarouses.
Any suggestion that that could be a penalty? I mean, it has come off the arm of Michael Jakobsen. Yeah, whilst you're watching this replay, Alex King has been alerted to that possibility and has been told to come across, or he's made the decision to come across and have a look at the replay. Yep, there we go. Adelaide fans don't like it. Michael Jakobsen with a rueful smile, but it certainly came off the arm. I saw and heard Lafondra appeal for it. Now all on Paul Izzo for the Reds. Adam Lafondra blasted into the roof of the net. The first goal of the new A-League campaign goes the way of the Englishman. And Adam Lafondra is on the goal trail once more. 18 last year. And just like last season, he scored here at Coopers in round 1.
It's been a bit of a nervous start by the Reds otherwise.
Quickly taken free kick though, might get them moving. It's Blackwood's into the penalty area, and it's wide of Hewitt Bell, and Halloran smacks it against the post. And behind it goes. Well, that was a good response from the Reds.
Well, the quick free kick, and Halloran on the far post. Look at him coming through the box now. Blackwood does very well. It's a very tight angle, but it's makeable.
I would agree to give Al Hassan Toure one to chase. Not an awful lot of involvement in the game as yet, a 19-year-old. That's better. Into a good channel for Dan Halloran. Miliusnic at the near post, it's over his head, and it comes for Riley McGree. And the block is made by Luke Bratton. Really good response from the Reds to falling behind. A bit more defending to do here, though. It's 2-on-1. Ninkovic, Joel King. Should have done better with that one. Chances at both ends. Very good action. Good response from Adelaide. Their best attack. Riley McGree's shot blocked, and then Sydney's sweep upfield. This is just superb play from young Toure. I love the way he won the ball in the first place against Alex Wilkinson, then sent a beautiful pass down for Halloran. It would look good for Adelaide, and then it looked good for Sydney, and he'd lost his balance. And that was a moment he really could have and should have nailed. Miliusnic, McGree in advance of him. Oh, lovely cutback, Miliusnic! That is a fantastic save by Hewitt Bell. Got down very quickly down to his left, because that was really travelling. Miliusnic and Adelaide denied. Well, here we go. This is out of the Adelaide playbook. Are you watching Socceroos? Look at that cutback to the player coming through the top of the box. It did force an excellent save from Hewitt Bell. Miliusnic thought he was home for all money, as most did. The bounce favours Barbarouses. He's trying to play in the strike partner, Lafondra. Ninkovic takes over, weaves his way through. Lovely ball, chance for two. A tap-in for Lafondra. Sydney double their lead, and it was expertly worked between 4 players. Terrific football, and the champions are 2 in front. Well, they have the capacity. They have the capacity. Jordan Elsey getting beaten out of the way there. A massive concern for Adelaide, as was this, and they just threaded it together beautifully. Barbarouses beating Elsey 1-on-1 in a header. I don't think you'd see that in a month of Sundays, but it happened here at Hindmarsh Stadium. And then Ninkovic, look at him skip through players, just such a delightful practitioner. Bamyahan with all the awareness, and then the pass to finish it off. And Lafondra with a brace. Header off Elsey, Johan trying to cushion it into the path of Lafondra. And Lafondra then bounces off Jakobsen. Doesn't ask for the penalty, but he's getting a bit of heat for from those Reds fans for the earlier incident. Adelaide down 1-0. A really good patch. Hewitt Bell saved brilliantly. That would have levelled the scores.
And then in the blink of an eye, the quality of Sydney kicked in, and Adelaide find themselves in a bit of a hole.
There's Al Hassan Toure trying to dig it out, and McGree. Oh, that was troubling, wasn't it? Off the left boot. He really gave that one some hammer from fairly close range. Just didn't have the direction. Nicely found by Al Hassan Toure. Of course, left wing is necessarily Miliusnic's preferred position either. Here's Strain on the right for the Reds. Steered away by Ryan McGowan.
Yeah, well, that asked a question from Strain. McGowan only had half an answer, really. They've defended these well, in truth, Sydney FC. They've been very dominant defending their own goal from corners.
Riley McGree going deeper this time. Johan got a piece of it. Ryan Kitto on the half volley. Very difficult to keep those down. Bit of space here for Halloran. Chance to have a run at young Joel King. Decent cutback, and again it's a half volley. Again it's over the top, this time from Blackwood. And the chances keep racking up for the Reds, but they can't take any of them at the moment. And Al Hassan Toure races away. Well, goalkeeper's come a long way out. Fortunately for him, Ryan McGowan has taken full control. And then he's been let down somewhat by his teammate Rattray, who turned the ball over immediately to Miliusnic. They have it back now, Sydney. And the Reds fans thinking there might have been a foul in there for their team.
Well, two good pieces of defending back-to-back by McGowan. Firstly, the chase on Toure, and then to get himself ready back in the game and win the ball there cleanly.
Kitto. Was he clipped by Johan? Alex King was in the perfect position. Free kick Reds. Well, good field position.
You get the reward if you take the initiative. And Ben Halloran now has put together a couple of very positive plays down the right-hand side. And now Ryan Kitto looking to get the ball in behind his immediate opponent whilst in possession, puts Johan under pressure.
It's like the meeting at Yalta, isn't it? All those years ago. The three leaders. Who's going to have it? McGree runs over it. Miliusnic! Oh! That is a terrific goal by Nikola Miliusnic. And that's lifted the mood around Cooper Stadium. Super hits off the set piece. Who needs Goodwin or Isaias with that sort of quality? 2-1.
Well, they've had chances to score, Adelaide. They haven't been able to. And then from the set piece on the back of some determined play, it's real quality from Nikola Miliusnic. And Tom Hewitt-Bell, who saved Sydney earlier, can't save them now at full stretch.
It's beyond Toure. McGree always making a nuisance of himself, and now hassling and harrying Paolo Rattray. Sydney being driven back. Bratton. Johan. It's a good drop for the shoulder to take him clear of his opponent. Beautifully done by the German. Just not quite the execution of the pass. Still might work out for them. It's Lafondra on a hat-trick, of course. Adam Lafondra deflected, and it'll be a Sydney corner. Goodness me, Reds' hearts were in mouths there.
Good work from Strain to stop the Johan pass. Brilliant from Barbarouses to keep things alive, and then some very welcome desperation from Jordan Elsick to block the Lafondra hat-trick effort. Corner to come.
O'Neill will take. Goes along the floor for Joel King. Second bite at it. Not particularly effective for Sydney. Which is confirmed by a blast on Alex King's whistle. And the first 45 minutes of the new season has been fairly entertaining, to say the least. Lots of chances. Nikola Miliusnic has really lifted the home crowd, getting Adelaide back into the game. Prior to that, the first goal of the new campaign came from the penalty spot via the boot of Adam Lafondra. VAR involved, controversial perhaps. He got a second at the break. Finally poised. Adelaide 1, Sydney 2.
But Bimby, you must be really pleased with the early signs of your big guns in the front half of the field.
Yes, very excited about the front half at the moment. So it looks exciting, just what I want, creative players and players that can score goals. So as they're working hard for the team as well, which is important as well.
We'll let you get back to coaching. Thanks very much, Steve.
Thank you.
Here come the Reds. First attack of the second half, and it's Halloran dangerously across the face. Nobody there to profit for Adelaide, but Miliusnic has stolen it back as they look to get back on level terms right from the whistle. 5 minutes of the second half played. It's been as lively as it's been in the first half, and Touré's onside here. Al-Hassan Touré! All square at Cooper's, and the youngster scores on his A-League debut. Remember the name. He's a real star in the making. Or is it? Hang on, hang on. Those celebrations are going to be nipped in the bud because the flag has been raised and the offside decision is going to rule this goal out. Well, that back foot of Rattray that you correctly pointed out suggests that this goal should stand. Here we go. Goal.
Brilliant from the youngster. Gee, that's clever.
Rattray played him on.
Composure and calmness to finish. But gee, that was clever from Ben Halloran.
What a comeback by the Reds. And now they're in the mood for more. Riley McGree driving through midfield. Still McGree. Miliusnic. They overplayed it. Oh, Touré. Just couldn't deflect it goalwards. But they're on the march, Adelaide.
Look at them running away. Reds flooding down on goal. Options for McGree. Miliusnic with a good pass into the middle.
Here's Miliusnic. Is he going to chase this one down? He is. And there is the veteran Wilkinson to steer it clear of the near post.
That is better from Jakobsen, even though it's unfortunately gone straight back to Bratton, so there's trouble now.
And Bratton trying to steer it around Strain, who's not dealt with it really well. Oh, and Lafondra, did he drag him back? Ryan Strain, big decision here. The free kick's easy. What about the card, if there is one? And what colour? Is it a clear goal-scoring opportunity? Another big decision to make for the officials. Yep, it's a red. Ryan Strain is off. Alex King deems that a goal-scoring opportunity. He pulls back Lafondra, and the Reds, after getting back to 2-2, are now down to 10 men. What other drama can we have tonight? He made a hash of that, Andy.
He did. He was under real pressure.
Did Lafondra go down a little bit too easy?
Ryan Strain has got no business reaching in like that.
Sydney have got 3 players in a semi-wall of their own in front of the Adelaide barrier. They will scatter. Brandon O'Neill trying to place it. And it rebounds back off Michael Jakobsen, I think. And Adelaide survive. Back in by King. Helped clear by Halloran. All hands on deck now for the Reds. What an action-packed start to season 15 of the A-League. Bounced up onto the arm, inadvertently, of Miliusnic. Alex King happy enough to play on. Here's Blackwood. And the other thing to say, of course, about the red card is that Chris Griffiths-Jones in the VAR booth will have had a look at that as well. He can rule on that if he thinks it's a mistake, but he didn't. That's a gorgeous ball by King. And here's a chance for Barbarouses. What about that for a finish? Costa Barbarouses, the former Victory star, nets his first in the sky blue of Sydney, and the champions lead once again.
But a pass that was short and cut out by this excellent youngster. And look at him size the situation up and threads a Bohm Johan-like pass through to Barbarouses, whose finish is unerring. It's a rasping counter-attack. Barbarouses way too quick for Jakobsen, who was really struggling on the turn. It's a super finish from Costa to open his Sydney FC account.
What is Alex King checking here?
Offside, perhaps?
Perhaps against Barbarouses. Don't tell me we're going to have a third intervention. Meantime, Adelaide have made a change. Goodness
Offside.
me, offside. Can you believe this today?
I was so excited by the quality of the pass and the finish.
Goodness me,
Well,
it is
There's a millimetre
cigarette
in it.
paper.
By the looks of that, there's
That's
a
the new
millimetre in it.
technology. Lafondra, useful ball. Barbarossa's speed gets him in behind. Barbarossas! Is he going to go in? Cleared off the line by Jakobsen. Denied again, Costa Barbarossas. Big chance for the Reds. Maria's delivery. Headed down by Blackwood. He gets a second bite at it, but couldn't keep the effort with the foot down. It's going to be a free kick. Sorry to break in, Robbie. For Adelaide United, Christian Opseth, the big Norwegian, sizing up this potential opportunity. Hewitt Bell, the rookie goalkeeper, a wall of 4 with a little break in it. It's Christian Opseth, and it's too high. So the latest corner from Brandon O'Neill. Oh, it's a really good header. And it's 3-2 Sydney, and it's the hometown boy, would you believe? Ryan McGowan, in front of all his family and friends, plunges a dagger into the hearts of Adelaide United with just a few minutes to go.
Well, Ryan McGowan, a threat from set pieces, utterly free on the penalty spot. Free to drift in, pick his moment, and nail the header. He thumped it through the traffic.
There we go, the champions up and running at the first time of asking as they extend their long unbeaten run over Adelaide in the Hyundai A-League. The Reds are now 10 without a win against the Sky Blues in the league. As the Gertjan Verbeek era starts on a low note, Ryan McGowan, the hometown boy, is the hero for Sydney FC, born in Adelaide, but he got the winner. And he still remembers his hometown fans and goes and gives the ball to some lucky young fan. A night of high drama at Cooper's. 5 goals, 3 big VAR decisions, 1 red card that saw the dismissal of Ryan Strain, a brace for Adam Lafondra, Mila Jusnic, and a debut goal for Al Hassan Toure brought the Reds level. But Ryan McGowan sealed all 3 points late on for the Sky Blues. Full-time scoreline, Adelaide United 2, Sydney FC 3.